Centre here in Melbourne. I'm the ever hydrated brown man, joined here by the ever crispy Gypsy. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing very good, mate. This is a big Bundesports Centre. It's an amazing venue.
Love
I'm
the
very
big
glad
Bunda.
to be here. We saw some amazing games yesterday, but the fun is going to continue. This is going to be a very stacked top 8. We are first to 3 the whole way through, by the way. So lock in because the game is changing now. Everything yesterday, first to 2. Type of game is going to change now. Every player is going to have a bit more time. So, those players that are good at doing the download, man, they're going to have that slight advantage here. And we've got Ulsan here as well. We've got Rest. We've got Yagami. We've got so many killers here. First to 3 against those guys, man. Everyone's got their work cut out for them.
It's big boy hours. Look, first to
Absolutely.
2, dangerous in itself. First to 3, that changes everything. We every time this format comes up, we do talk about it. We do mention it. It's become borderline a cliche, but we've seen the effects it has. We've seen huge 2-0 dominant leads. The player takes a break, comes back third game,
Yeah, it's totally
demolishes
different.
three straight, and it's a different game. That one game difference makes a world of change when it comes to the end result.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It will give some players that comfort as well. You have a bit more time to experiment, try things, and do what you can to get the W across the line. But yeah, once again, as a reminder, Challenger event here, big stakes, especially for the people pushing for the TWT run. People like Yagami, Rest. We've got Bobby as well, Ulsan looking to get points. And if you're pushing for that TWT circuit, it's your best 2 challenges that count. So for first place, 300 points are on the line, and a big prize pool of over 2,000 USD.
That's a good time, and we're out here in the barely existent, apparently, Australia. So those USDs stretch an extra mile here if you're looking for a snag or a sausage roll. 1.5x on those dollars. But first up, we have Australia versus Invader match. We have Bobby hailing from South Australia, and of course Ulsan.
Hello guys. Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another stream of. Wait, let me. Okay, guys. So welcome back to another stream of Nexora. Well, this is in a new. I mean, the channel is not new. As you know, previous name, I just changed the name and the banner. Everything I mean about this channel, I have changed it to give a name Nexora and the banner also because Dragon Ball Fighter Z replays sounds like just only a channel for Dragon Ball Z, but I want to upload EVO, I mean tournament events, matches, and replays of Tekken, NATO, XKO, Marvel Token Fighting Soul, and other FGC fighting games. So, guys, make sure to like the stream and subscribe this channel for more updates, events, and tournaments and replays of pro players. So, anyways, this is the Taken 8 Top 8 BAM 2026, 2026 right now going on. So, first match is going between Ulsan versus who's Bobby. Okay,
We
let's
got
go,
everything.
guys.
It's going to be Dragonov versus Raven out
Dragonov
here on
versus
the secluded training ground.
What a way to
no,
kick off this top 8.
Raven.
Again, first to 3, ladies and gentlemen. So this could go a long way. We could get a lot of matches. All right, let's get it going. All right, now, historically, Dragonov has changed over the seasons and he's really been able to stay on top with players like Ulsan, right? They've mentioned he's been nerfed. They've mentioned he's had a lot of changes and a lot of people dumped him. But Ulsan staying true and getting in with that back 34, gets parried through with that running knee.
Yeah, Ulsan thought he could get in there, but while standing 2 check, Bobby hit a lot of them yesterday, but responding with a launcher. Ulsan going to come in with the down 4 too.
And flipping him over for that Oki and full crouch to keep it going. Now, Bobby does have, a good amount of experience with Dragonov. A lot of players playing, but we've also got, the best Dragonov in the region coming from South Australia as well in Subject, who's also
That's right,
in this
yeah.
top 8. So we're definitely in for a lot of Dragonov gameplay today. We have to talk about with our amazing counter-hit Russian assault. We talked about Dragonov a bit, but let's talk a little bit about Raven, a character that's not too well represented around the world. And a lot of people don't have that knowledge to both. It's a high-skill character, right? There's a lot of important specialist understanding you need. What do we see from Bobby when it comes to that?
Yeah, we get once again. Why did you say that? The while standing 2 counter hit. I think his main game really is earning the respect with the while standing too. We see him hit it so much, and once you start holding back, once you respect, he's going into that full crouch, he's going into that stance, he's going to try and scare you with the lows. And eventually he's going to catch you ducking, man. He's going to go into that crouch with that big while standing one. It's almost Mishima-esque, right? It's like using the electric to hit the hell sweep.
Ironically, it's very good against Mishima.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be fighting against that. But, you know, even though we don't see him all that much, I'm sure Ulsan has played it 1,000 times, man. This guy is a grinder. He's been playing for years. He studies the game. But Bobby right now is really, you know, he's showing up.
And when he's able to get these opening round launches, at least in the last one, you know, you see a big momentum shift. And it looks like he's trying to keep that here, but another back 43. Ulsan trying to take his turn at Raven, stealing it back.
Oh, just couldn't convert off that combo. Gonna open the gates for Ulsan. He just needs to come in right now with the heat. He's not even gonna need to use it. I really like that. The heat's ticking down. You know the heat smash is always eventually gonna come out. He just hit a couple big lows instead because you know, you don't want to duck into that mid heat smash. I think he used the heat situation itself very well to close that out quickly.
And I think what we saw was a lot of composure and calmness there from Ulsan, because when you're against a player like Bobby and you're against a character like Raven, you're going to get nervous where there's so many hits from so many angles. You're going to try and maybe stop them from doing what they're doing, or maybe try and get ahead of it. And it's going to get you on counter hits. It's going to, you know, get you from different angles. But he was good at just like, even when the momentum was out of his favor, he's good at just like trying to cool Bobby down and just step back a bit and wait for an opening and get counter hits of his own. So it worked out really well. And see if he can keep going with that. See what Bobby wants to do to counteract.
Not going to get on the wall there, just a bit off to the side. Power Crush retaliation to avoid going in the corner. Bobby's going to burn the heat, but Ulsan ready with a forward 1+2 with punish. That's going to get on the wall.
Oh, going for a resplat. Combo videos, not quite. Oh, gets that Raven G clef.
Stepping to the right there, around the forward 4-2. An important block for Bobby. Blocks the stagger low, gets the launch. All right, leading this second game here.
Looking like he's finding a little bit more confidence. Now trying to close that gap, apply a bit more pressure to Ulsan.
He's hit the power crush again, second time. That is a big, big wall splat for Bobby as well.
Trying to keep it up. Ulsan getting away from the wall, does not want to be there. And a huge uppercut there from Bobby. Should be able to take it to the wall and get very close, you know, guess for round here after this. And cracks his ankle. Bobby looking really good in the second game. 7 golden letters, making a statement. And he's a very momentum-based player. If he can keep this up, Ulsan is going to have a hard time bringing it back.
Yeah, these power crushes, man, racking up. Bobby's hit 3 of them, one every round, and they have been the momentum shift, as you've mentioned. When he's been able to hit it, he's been able to keep going. Tries to hit a second time there. Ulsan maybe clocking on now, playing a little bit more patient. He's pushed Bobby to that hard wall break. That's one, cracking the glass. One more is going to break it. Bobby rips the string again.
Well, the kip up and the wall setting 4 counter there. All right, Bobby, again, feeling himself. Not where you, from Ulsan's perspective, you really don't want to let Bobby get that confidence and get that momentum. He's right there right now. We've evened up the score, 1 game apiece. Ulsan taking a second to think about it, going to character select.
Yeah.
Maybe just taking a break.
Yeah, I think it has to be. You do have the time. This is his main. This is who he gets the most success with, I would say, or who he uses the most at least. He has success with many characters, but sticking it out as expected. Bobby, though, looking very confident in that second game. Even at the start of it, he ripped that full down back 2 string, all 3 hits. So I think that first game, he was able to gather a lot of information. You just got to remember, Ulsan's now done the same. This is first to 3. This game is not for the set. We're going to keep going after this, so it's going to be sort of like mental tennis in a way of observation.
Back and forth. Now, he did get a little bit of extra time. He bought some extra time going to that character select, right? So, as you mentioned, he's been thinking about it. But as I said, that gets sent off a balcony.
Yeah, it's just the strings. Ulsan's been trying to press into them. Bobby's ripped that down forward 1 string multiple times. It's worked out, and it's got him really advantageous wall splats, wall breaks.
Again, activating that heat. No wall break here, but we do have some explosions there in the corner. So we can get over there, but sends him out. What a black hole. And gets another round.
Yeah, the placements of that move as well in these first couple games have been on it. It's just caught Ulsan like whiffing fast buttons, but he's timing it well and being able to get that whiff punish even on something like a jab like just there.
And he's not letting up. And I see Ulsan trying to get away from the wall quite a lot. He's using down forward 1 into pigeon roll, trying to get away, but Bobby just always ready to chase him down. Now trying to check him, just trying to keep it basic and just see if you can catch Bobby in a mistake.
Yeah, both of them using a lot of really fast buttons to get involved. Bobby just tried to hit that while standing 2, but snipes him out of the air with the QCF4. Couldn't fully convert, but he's going to keep going with the heat engager. Wall blast is to Ulsan's back, but the pigeon roll around the heat smash going to help him out.
And very smart there from Bobby, using that heat smash, trying to either get him that wall explosion or keep him there for another mix. But Ulsan already was one step ahead and just got himself out of there and might be able to claw this round back. But Bobby might be able to grab it from him if he's not careful. Trying to play the string mind games, and the down forward 1-4 lets it rip, and the slide on Wake Up does not want to give him a chance on the feet.
Yeah, the full down forward 1 string connecting for Ulsan because it was counter hit. But Bobby tried to roll his way out and got clipped by the low.
Excellent whiff punish there from Bobby. Should be able to take that momentum back, see if we can keep it. And let's see if Ulsan once again just tries to get away from the wall and doesn't want to deal with wall pressure.
Just wait for the heat engage there. Bobby going to use this enhanced version of the down forward 1 string. It was a lot of heat pressure, but Ulsan held on. Stayed stand blocking, but now Bobby's noticed that he's going to bring the lows out. The pressure's coming out. It's low, triple low. Bobby, very quick, very aggro there now on game points to go 2-1 up.
He's getting blended. Welcome to the neutral bullet. Excellent sidestep there from Ulsan. Again, now trying to return the favor in his own way. You know, death by 1,000 cuts, but again, one counter hit from Bobby just evens it up.
Yeah, you can hit a lot of things, but Ulsan, he was using the pokes, but he just knows when to thread the big button, hitting that down forward 2, but wall situation might give Bobby a chance to escape. That was weird, and he took full advantage of that situation, getting the big counter hit. You said it yourself, all it takes is one big hit, and now Bobby's going to be back in the game soon.
A lot of niche situations and evasive situations there from Raven that you have to be careful of, but Ulsan staying evasive himself and finishes off with that heat smash.
Yeah, had the finger on the trigger with the heat smash, ready to get that whiff punish. What an important round this can be. Really going to set the tide of the game, put someone on their last life in terms of games. Both players sort of let off the gas a little bit now, just happy to wait.
Nobody wants to get caught in that counter hit. Now Bobby going back for the blend. Ulsan can't block them all. It could cost him.
Oh, he went big. He went for QCF2. Bobby getting a solid whiff punish on that. Just hits the big hit from the sky. It's a full launch. Can he get to the wall? He's going to stabilize with the heat burst. Keep it extra easy with the heat dash. Bobby gets the best of Ulsan in that last round there to go up 2-1.
And it's Ulsan is just trying to keep it compact, really keep it clean and keep it tight. You know, play that, you know, stereotypical Korean style of Tekken, but evidently that is not getting the job done here. And there's too many situations where Bobby's able to thread that needle and get those big hits he needs and keep that ball rolling. So Ulsan's going to need to make a decision here in either character or, you know, if nothing else, game style and game approach. He's definitely able to adapt, but will he go somewhere else? Go to another well? Goes to the Armor
He's
King.
thinking about it. He hasn't locked it in yet. He went to character select when he lost that other game. He thought about it. He didn't switch, but now we are going to see it. All right, he's locked in with Armor King. He has to get the job done with him. Stage opening up now. We're going to the Baobab Horizon. Bobby is 1 game away from moving on against Ulsan, 2-time EWC champ, by the way.
And we saw the Armor King come out yesterday, actually, against Dion. And he's doing work with that. Now, we have seen other categories in this pool like Lars, but I think Armor King right now, he's really liking it. And let's see what he has in store. Now, heat engage with that forward 4. Yeah, okay, catching with that count hit. Now, I think part of the rationale here might be there are so many more oppressive and varied options with Armor King that get so much yield. And he's really good at locking you down. And the way Bobby's been playing, the Dragonov has allowed him to move around and thread that needle as mentioned before. But Armor King, he just puts you in these lockdown situations and gets so much return. Let's see if it works out. But Bobby right now, slight deficit in the life, but down forward 1-2 string, close it out with the homie.
That's it, just checking him there. Able to get that first round with the Armor King. But Ulsan's really got to get in that mental headspace of the new character, as does Bobby for defending it, and he seems switched on. He's got the break on the chain throw attempt.
You know, it's interesting. I know Bobby really likes, down back 2, but if I notice, he didn't really use it in the first 2 games too much, or the first 3 games, I should say. We're seeing it a lot more here. And I think that forward 4-2 that Ulsan was putting out there into the world would be really effective in some of the strategies that Bobby's employing. So I think Ulsan's trying to make that work, but Bobby, hyper impressive, but the back turn hop kick.
Yeah, that was great. He was trying to step, got clipped a few times. It didn't stop him though, because eventually it paid out. What an adaptation. Spear in the back. It's similar life. Bobby just needs to hit a few more. Hits the double low. And Bobby really is confident with these lows, as he should be. They are hitting. The question is for how much longer?
Oh gosh, so that's quicksand. Another one.
They're just all coming out now. Bobby playing so confidently. They're fast and they cover a lot of ground. That keep out game is harder, right? And we saw less and less counter hits. Like, you look at that first game, tons of while standing 2 counter hit, QCF4 hitting. Didn't happen on Armor King very much.
Oh, not very much at all. And he was able to get more of the, you mentioned the counter hits in return as well. And just the patience that Ulsan was able to exhibit with his knowledge and understanding of the character. And just also players overall. It's not like he's definitely seen Bobby play before. He's played him before.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be things you remember. And, Bobby as well in turn. But Ulsan was just able to edge it out there and make it work. I will be interested to see if he brings out the King at all in the top 8 later on.
Yep.
That would be interesting. But for now, we've got our next match coming up. We've got hometown hero Yagami versus Rest. Pride of Queensland previously. He's moved back to Korea right now.
Honorary still.
Yeah, honorary still. He's got his visa. He's got the.
His
Printed out
Tekken
the
visa.
passport in office.
Tekken Australia passport. He's a dual citizen.
Yeah. Might as well be at this point. So we've got Yagami here and Rest, who both qualified last month at Super tournament. And that was very exciting for both of those players, getting back in. And, a big boon for Australia once again. 3-time EWC qualifier in Yagami. There's only a small handful of players in the world that have achieved that thus far.
Very happy to see him, well, both of them really get it over the line. But in that goal match where they both qualified, it was Yagami that did come out on top. So I know he'll be expecting that result. They've played a lot, especially, over the years, because Rest was here for quite a long time. But it's going to be the Reina. We've seen Yagami dabble in Kunimitsu for particular matchups, but it seems he's very confident here. He's done Reina into Rest's Hwarang many times. We're going to see it again here.
Yes, their story, their tale is, many years old, and they've played, 5,000 matches at this point. And historically, as we mentioned at Soup as well, Yagami has gotten the better of Rest overall, but that could shift at any time. Rest, one of the world's best, again, EWC qualifier this year, and really hitting his stride, in my opinion, these days. I'll be interested to see what Rest prepared for Yagami today.
He's had a lot of time to process it, right? And knowing, you're going into Sunday, knowing you're playing Yagami as your first game, you have dedicated preparation time and you can get into that headspace to be ready to go. But Yagami's done the same thing, right?
Indeed. And he's looking very confident at the moment, but as I say that, Rest catches him with that kick into the range. Nobody home, I'm pretty sure. Big scoops him up with that down forward 2 and should be... I'm not going to say anything.
He does have the heat to keep it. There you go. The heat sort of bailed him out of the sideball. Yeah, if he didn't have that resource, he might not have been able to close it out.
We hold too much curse power sometimes.
Yeah, I know. You got to really hold your tongue. Just testing that wave dash. Out comes the hell sweep, and wow, big counter hit timing check with the electric. Got him right as Rest tried to get involved.
Keeping him at the wall. This should spell danger here for Rest. Realigns that combo using that heat. Keep it going.
Wow.
Wall to wall.
Gets the double. It's going to be one more hit. Yagami with a lot of life to play with, the while standing 4 is going to get it over the line. He's looking very confident right now in this start.
The crowd setting their energy through. They're loving it. Approaching with that hell sweep. Catches him with that counter hit homing. Keeping him near the wall. Rest just not able to keep his head above water at the moment. Yagami is holding it down.
He's only really need to do one hell sweep to get Rest ducking into the mids. It's going to be one more guess if, however, Rest can get a bit of life back here. He's sort of away from a kill situation because he's recovered life. He's back in it though. And Yagami uses the generic down 4 to keep it quick and clean to take that first game over Rest.
Looking very refined, very ready So we'll see what Rest has in store for Yagami. You know, he does have other characters in his stable. You know, he does have Raven. So that could come out, but right now I think he's just probably gonna take a few moments, chill, and you know see what happened. Think about what happened. Going straight for the rematch here, or at Urban Square.
We saw that Raven yesterday as well from Rest, and it was looking warmed up. It's definitely improved as you know he has leveled up in general. You mentioned he's really hit his stride. He's had a good run of form lately, looking to continue it here, but we'll see later on if he needs the Raven to do it.
Anytime Rest tries to approach it, Yagami is ready with those quick buttons to stop him in his tracks. And again, just getting him to that wall, getting a whole lot of damage, putting him in a tough position.
All damage there. Heat pressure is on Rest, now opting for the Power Crush, trying to find a new method. Yagami eats the full down back 4 string, and Rest is going to fake the Flamingo to hit that low poke. All right, Rest now on the board in game 2. Is this the start of, you know, the result of an adjustment?
This could be the fuse he needed to get this spark going. Oh, tried to parry, but airborne. Rest using those plus frames, but huge block there from Yagami. Will get a whole lot of damage. Most likely, keep this momentum going. Will he use his heat? Yes, he will. Getting close to that wall as well.
It's there again. Yagami burns the heat dash. Thought Rest might retaliate or try and move out of the wall. But Rest was patient.
Oh, good break. Stomps on him. Okay, Rest. Again, it's looking like very dominant rounds for Yagami the last 2, but Rest is able to just close it out and get his name on the board.
Check there. Oh, grab Broken's going to switch the sides a bit. Ooh, Rest really tried to launch the first hit of the Power Crush. Maybe it really looked like it was a frame off getting that, but him showing that he's ready to launch that first hit must strike a little bit of fear in Yagami for using that move.
Pushing back with that electric for an opportunity. It's a heat engager. All right, War God kick coming out just in case Rest wants to move or step. And you can't test Yagami with those.
Yeah, he ripped the flappy kick. We don't see it too often. That's going to be punished in the back, but
Huge commitment.
The wall bailed Yagami out a little bit. Rest. Clutch grab break for Yagami. It's a similar life situation. Yagami tries to send him airborne, but Rest gets the punish and quickly closes it. A quick 3-round straight response here in game 2 for Rest.
And a sneaky low there to close it out. Let's see what Yagami has in store now for Rest. Going straight for the rematch, Midnight Siege. You know, we saw Rest just be a lot more, especially once that first round was in his possession. He's like, wait a minute. Rest, bro. He's just started going in, and he was much more willing to go for those risks. Some of those didn't pay off. You know, Yagami was ready. He is a master at punishment. He will make you pay as much as possible. But Rest was still willing to go at it, and those little bits and pieces really made it work.
Low parry called out. We've seen Rest go to that low a couple times. Yagami now finally penalizing him for it. Side switches up, but Yagami and Rest both making a bit of a mistake on their guaranteed follow-ups.
They're still keeping it moving. Or Yagami trying to home him up.
He tried to retaliate, didn't? Maybe not thinking he was going to rip the armor string. Yagami was smart to attack there.
Oh, heat dash coming in. Flip over with the War God kick. Trying to keep him locked down near this corner. Only a chunky hit is all he needs.
Time low if you're Rest. 10 seconds left to get back into the game, but Yagami is going to make quick work of it. All right. Now he is looking like he's adapting. He didn't take much time to think about it, by the way. He sort of just clicked straight back into the match, and he looked calm on the camera.
Yes.
Sort of nodding to himself. I think maybe it's just comfort setting in over time.
That marination. But again, same for Rest. He can start bringing this one back at any moment. Yagami looking like he's in the driver's seat and not looking to give it up.
On retaliation, Rest has been getting hit a lot by that down forward 1-2 heat dash. He got counter hit last round. This time maybe tried to move, but it is he's kryptonite at the moment. Yagami with a big low parry to start us off in this round 3.
To be able to get a huge advantage here. Rest needs to wake up and figure out how he wants to approach this. Yagami already started with that running forward, was trying to get those plus range from Rest. But again, catching him, so much heat damage. Look at that wide health chip.
There's a ton. I don't think he's going to get any time to work with it. As I say that though, Important duck for Rest under the grab attempt. Jabbing Yagami, bringing out all the strings now to try and get it across the line. Rest still has a chance to bring it back. Burns, the sliver of heat he had left, went big with the launcher. Yagami just missed out.
Yagami just trying to pepper these hits in, just wants to close it out, but Rest being able to recover a bunch of that health. Again, checking with that first hit of the Power Crush.
Could have maybe confirmed there. Yagami gets the parry. It's going to be one more hit. There wasn't much time at all, allowing Yagami to just use that homing move to close it out. All right. Just rapid retaliation from both players here. Quick adaptation, back and forth. But this is an important decision for Rest right now. He's on his last game life. He's gone with the rematch with the random stage. Raven staying on the bench. It's going to be fun.
All the way. Alright. I want to see what Rest does in those situations where Yagami just starts, as I said, peppering him with pokes and just waiting for him to overcommit. But X, okay, gets a huge launch at the start of the round. Had this carry him through.
That's might have been the first block on one of Yagami's moves. He has been going to it a bit more, especially as of late. Down 3-4, tucked and launched by Yagami. Maintains good ball position here. Rest just works his way out, but before that, Yagami making a good decision to use down forward 1. It tracks that direction. That's where Rest had to go to get out of the wall.
Rest trying to close that gap. Yagami went for a reversal.
Trade as well for Yagami. It's going to be big damage back in the corner for Rest. Rayjard.
Very nice. Alright, good awareness, good combo. I'm going to delete all of that white health with a little bit of rest. A little bit of life rest, left for Rest. See what he does with it.
Time ticking down. Important step to the right, but the wall gave Rest a chance, but Yagami just immediately used the down jab. Got it over the line.
Gets the job done 50% of the time, every time.
That's it. Low parry again on that low. It's coming out a lot from Rest at the start, but Yagami is a bit switched onto it now. Just wave dash timing check, just waits and gets him to burn his heat. Wow! Crazy tracking. Rest got to his back with the flamingo step, but weird hitbox interaction. Yagami has come out the victor of that. He's going to keep it simple with a heat dash, and that interaction might prove to be an absolute game changer. Yagami now is 1 round away from taking it over Rest. Controversial moment here.
See you guys on Twitter.
Yeah, someone's going to be complaining, I can guarantee it.
Alright, stumps him down. Rest looks like he's in a little bit of trouble right next to the fish tank. 1-1-2 there from Yagami, just walking him down. No fear from this man. Wall God kick coming in. Tried to go for the Power Crush to close it out. But Yagami, 1 more or 2 more hits is all he needs. But big counter hit there from Rest. Caught him being a bit impatient. Stabilizes with that heat.
Look at the optimization as well. Just shy of the wall. Gonna burn the heat sweep there. Stomps on him. Rest. One, not sure if he meant it. Yagami capitalizes on the hesitation with the hell sweep. It's going to be 1 hit for him. And the jab gets it across the line. Yagami under pressure. He's going to get that final game he needs for Rest to lose his side.
3-1. That was very back and forth in some of those rounds. And you can see, again, Yagami's experience with Rest and vice versa. But just Yagami 1 or 2 steps ahead every time. And every time Rest got that that leg up, it was just pushed back off.
Yeah. Yeah, and Yagami did a lot of good things with the wall awareness, I think.
Yes.
I saw him use down forward 1 to hit him out of the wall. He did the 3 heat string, the homing high, to clip him moving out of the wall again as well. He got a ton of damage off that, but that moment right near the end there with the, I think it was down forward 1-2 string or something.
Out of the 2-2-1, I think
yeah, it was something like that. One of the strings
180?
tracked full 180, hit Rest. Rest was at his back ready to punish him heavy, but he ended up eating it. So, it could have been different.
It's funny, we're giving props to Yagami for his combo awareness, but historically, Rest is known as, one of the best combo adaptation guys in the game in matches, especially in Tekken 7. He was just making stuff up on the fly, and it looked like a combo video, like a KYSG combo video.
Yeah.
So he did show signs of that throughout the set, but there was just not too many opportunities. He wasn't able to get too many combos, and especially weird angle ones. But if go watch Rest matches back, in Tekken 7 and things like that. You'll see the craziest combo conversions of all time. But up next, who do we have, Chippy?
or Icy, or we're getting your favorite character times two. I would think anyway, unless someone's planned a tricky idea. It's going to be Jojo Scar versus Dimmy, two people who have done very well with Heihachi in this event and in general. Both these guys, we know how strong they are. Dimmy, he's been around for a while. He's a very strong player, recognized in Tekken 7, and still carrying it on through Tekken 8. Jojo Scar, on the other hand, he's been building that momentum. I think, like last year especially, and even early this year, we've seen him rapidly improve, and now it pays off here. He's top 8. I have to run that mirror. We'll have to see.
I'm looking forward to it. And, you were talking about both these players. So we've got, Dimmy on the... Oh, so we've got